right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good vibes in the studio tonight, and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm in the studio with a celebrity. I would call him a celebrity, a Ugandan-born celebrity. I'm going to let him introduce himself. He's called Nick Nola. I mean, Nick, you're very, very welcome.
What's up? How you doing? My name is Nick, aka Nicky Nola, aka Nicholas Tatambuka, Ansimie, Kugonza, Chiwalabye. The list goes on and on and on. Yeah.
I mean, Nick, I'll go straight into it. You are a big Ugandan musician. Very
So
big.
I hear.
I mean, all over Google, you're there. I mean, you embrace the scene perfectly well, and you're also a sportsman, particularly a basketball player, a legend. You're now a legend. I mean, you stop playing, so you definitely become a legend.
You know what? Apart from basketball, I played table tennis, I played football, I played badminton. I played, there's a person called Martin Olwenyi, or the former basketballers at Kitante could tell this story. Basketball was what I loved most, but I played all the other sports. These things came through when we were playing inter-houses at school. Everyone would go like, oh no. What is he doing? You know, like you go on a table tennis and you're holding the bat and everyone's like, oh, what is he gonna do? Until when you start playing. I was blessed that I had a chance to join Sharon Youth Center.
As a kid?
As a kid from P6. Because I used to stay in Zambia. So all the sports were there. Yeah, that's why I came to learn all the other sports.
All the sports.
And basketball came out as my first love, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's focus on P6. You said you began going to sharing when you're in P6.
Yeah.
That is where you learned basketball from. How did you fall in love with the sport? I mean, you told
TV.
me there were lots of...
TV. There was a time we used to watch, I think it was CNN. They used to bring the highlights every morning at 6 a.m. or 3 a.m. when the games were going to be shown live. So I'd watch and I'd go, this is me. And whenever I'd go to Sharon, maybe I'd see people play. Even then, the court was not really good. It was dusty, but I was like, this is where I belong.
So there were seniors on the court, on the sharing court back then?
Yeah, those of Carlos.
Olaka,
yeah. Back then, there was the late Etiang. There were people. There were lots of people, yeah.
So that is how you fell in love with the sport, from CNN to like sharing?
Yeah.
So you began bouncing a ball from sharing?
I remember when I used to even bounce a tele, you know,
the super tele.
The super teles, yeah.
The soccer ball.
The soccer ball, yeah.
On the court.
Even at home.
I'm sure the Carloses used to chase you when they found you on court.
And life is funny. 2 or 3 years later, I was playing with them.
On the same team?
On the same team.
I mean, you were still in high school?
High school.
Okay.
In Form 1, when I joined Kitante, and one of the reasons why I joined Kitante was basketball as well.
On scholarship?
I got the scholarship in Form 2, not in Form 1.
Wow.
Yeah. I got the scholarship in Form 2, and up we went until Form 6.
So how did you join Kitante? Was it particularly because they had basketball?
It's because they had basketball.
Someone introduced you to
If you love a sport, you'll always follow up. I used to follow up the news and all that, so the best school then was Kitante. And for my grades, yes, also, they would take me in. It was good at academics as well as a day school. I wanted to be in day because of my other side also. I was doing music even back then.
Since senior 1? Since
senior 1, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
The Usher Raymond story started then. How I used to do Usher and used to go for those talent search shows at Sharing and all over Kampala talent search. And so I needed a school that would allow me, maybe after school or on the weekends, I go and do my thing.
So tell me about that first day at school. You go to the basketball court and how the players received you, or the coach. Did you guys have a coach when you were senior 1?
When I was senior 1, then it was Coach Tom Muchamaringa.
Coach Tom, yes.
Yeah, and when I was in Form 1, it was a big squad. A big squad.
I think Stephen Omon's had already left.
I don't know, but I'd heard of the name Stephen. I think he had just left or something.
Okay.
And yeah, some of the guys used to meet at the games because I used to go watch the games even in my P7 work.
Wow.
Some would come to share in for pickup.
Yeah.
I'd seen them. And so lucky enough, we had like 3 teams at Kitant back then.
3.
Yeah. They would have Team A, Team B, Team C, but Team C was also the under 16, which I belonged to when I was in Form 1.
Yeah.
Form 2, and I became the captain in Form 2.
That was amazing.
Yeah, so while I was busy being captain in the under 16, I also joined the school team, but that's why they used to bench you so much.
Of course.
Because, oh my God, it had lots of stars in there. Mandy, Juroni, AD was in Falcons also afterwards.
Yeah. Kizito Eddie?
Yeah, Chisito AD, the Marine, we used to call him Marine.
Marine, eh?
The Asikos, Richard and Albert.
Albert, yes.
There was so many other guys that also left to the US when I was in Form 2.
Yeah. From Kitante.
Yeah, from Kitante.
They left to the US on bursary or something.
So while we used to train, also that's the period of time that also Rhino used to come train at Lincoln
Yeah.
International School.
You guys used to share the same court.
We used to share the same court before a stable court was built at Kitante.
Yeah.
And Lincoln was just a walkable distance. Through the valley was Lincoln, through the valley was Kitante. Like a 10-minute walk.
Yeah.
So you'd get chance to see stars train and do whatever they're doing. Would learn so much from them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the first day.
The first day on
senior
court,
one,
senior 1.
I'm sure you were scared to go to the
I
court.
was in love with basketball.
Yeah.
Yes, I would get intimidated sometimes, but the drive just kept pushing me.
Yeah.
Some people can be so good, so much better than you are, but I gotta go for this. I mean, it's one of the reasons I'm in the school. So
Yeah.
I kept going.
Yeah.
But if you saw that roster,
It was crazy. Right from senior 1.
right from senior 1, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Even the youngsters, there was a guy called Abel Nwana. That was the junior rhinos back then. Oh my God.
He was in school with you guys.
They were young. Now, these are my classmates and all that, but they're already established and you're like,
It's senior 1.
Okay.
And you had to go against them. Wow.
But back to the Super Tele ball.
Yeah.
It did magic.
Yes. I mean, if you can control a
It
light
gave me
ball like
all
that.
those handles, and I was somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that training that Kitan actually had, I think, the best training ever. Because you train with the school, but you also train with Rhino.
Yeah. On particular days,
on particular
every day was
days.
a basketball day.
Yeah. But I think for the basketball team, every day was basketball. Every day was basketball. Lucky in the other sports, I would just go and win because I had already been established at sharing.
Yeah.
We had more players in basketball than in table tennis or badminton or
Any other sports, yeah.
Yeah, so I would outshine in other sports, and basketball, I would fidget in.
Yeah. So how did Coach Tomo Chamringa manage the whole big squad?
Coach Tom was blessed. That apart from just being a coach, he was also on the, remember the Sprite thing, the Sprite team?
Yeah.
It was like a showcase, a showtime kind of thing, the street basketball and all that.
Yeah.
Him and Norman.
The Kongs, Norman, yes.
Did you say Kong?
Yeah.
No way.
Kong is a kid.
Kong, he was no way. My G Kong was young. No.
Kong was a junior.
Kong, we're almost the same age.
Okay.
No way.
So Tom was with the Normans.
Yeah, that team. I think if
Ken Balyajusa.
No, Ken is
Same.
I think Ken is 1 year older than me, or
Okay.
yeah, I remember him at Borges. He was 1 year. If he was in Ivan's class, Ivan
Yeah, I think
Enable.
it was a little bit older than
Yeah.
these guys. That's what
Because I was in
Mikey
the
talks
Ivan
about.
era.
Okay.
So yeah, they had that exposure of they know. Tom knew how to deal with the youngsters.
So it's to separate you guys.
Yeah, he was lovable.
Yeah.
He had swag. He had attitude. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he could handle all of us.
And kids usually want to believe in someone before they can follow. Yeah.
And I also love the approach he used to use to bring the games at school. We would watch the basketball games and
League
matches.
games.
Yes, in the NBA.
Ah, okay. Like on tape or something.
Yeah, and the highlights, and so we came to find out, oh, Michael Jordan is the guy. The Bulls are doing this, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he knew his way around.
Okay. How about the senior players in school? I mean, who are the senior players who like at least made you guys comfortable when you're trying to learn the sport?
Albert and Richard, Monday, Juruni.
Yeah.
I think he joined later. Who? AD joined later. There's some other names that I've forgotten, but those are the names that I really, really remember.
And Kitante as a school, I mean, of course, all schools, it's basically sports. I mean, books. How was Kitante able to build a basketball powerhouse like that?
Oh yeah. At some point, there was also recruitment when the best guys had left and all that. When the Mondays had left and all that.
Yeah.
We would have some recruitments from outside Uganda. So the people we used to play with, they would be good. So they would love to come to school, so they would be given scholarship.
Yeah,
the Kenyans and Tanzanians.
Yeah.
And like 2 or 3, you would add on what you have and get a better team.
Okay.
And the fact that we started all the way from S1, knowing the basics and the best coaches in town, you would get the best team, of course. Yeah. And the fact that we were also exposed, that from Lincoln we would also go we used to have training at, what's this, the Italian school in Bogolovi.
Ambrosoli now.
Yeah. In some days in the week, I remember riding my bike.
From Share?
From school, from Kitende to go train.
Wow.
Probably in Form 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Vicky
Italy,
could tell that story because she also used to go there. And I used to meet the Amazon Rhinos as well, the Olivias. And so the fact that we trained from school and then get the passion and go train with teams and join also a junior team, then would make you so good by the time you're in Form 4 or Form. Yeah, I think basically that was it.
How successful were you guys as a basketball team? And I was talking to Mike Mukula and he was like,
I had Mike throwing stones.
How successful were you guys? I just want to, because I never got a chance to.
We were successful, I can say. It feels good being on that team.
Yeah.
It felt so good. Even when you're benched at some point, by the time you got on, I gotta go.
So every team used to come across 100 points, 20, like.
It was different at some point. You would win, but the time that you would win out of hustle, like when you would meet maybe Kaboja or there was Vienna College then, Vienna was really good, or Mazolidi.
Yeah.
Some things would flip, would change for a moment.
They used to like beat you guys once in a while.
No. We would win out of a hustle, I would say.
Yeah. But at the end of
end of it, yeah, we lost. Like I think when I was at Kitante, I remember 4 losses.
From senior 1 to senior 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Oh my goodness.
I remember like 4 losses, if I remember well.
Yeah.
If there were other, maybe problem in my Form 6, but still.
Yeah.
Because there was one that really hurt at the Independence Cup.
That one against Kaboja. Where was it? Was it in Kaboja?
At Kaboja.
Yeah, home support and everything.
Oh my God, it was crazy. Alan Tauda took us to school from the word go. His first layup. It's like, this guy is going to behave like he has never trained with us at Kitante.
Like a professional.
you know. And sometimes he would come, because before he joined Form 5, in vacation, we would play with him at Kitante.
Yeah.
We would train with him. So we were hoping and we thought he was coming to Kitante.
Yeah.
But he went to Bojas.
He broke you guys'
Ah,
hearts.
yeah. Alan and Ivan, something else. We won, that same year we won the Sprite School Championship at St. Louis in Fort Porto.
Yeah, Chegobe.
I remember. But then, I don't know if it was before or after. But I remember we lost to them at the Independence Cup. It was painful.
Yeah, it was a shocker.
It was a shocker.
I mean, one of the upsets.
Yeah, but I remember also that either game or tournament. You remember the Mugabe?
Yeah, Omondi
And Mugabe, one of them was with us.
I think it's Omondi because he's younger.
Jeff, right?
Yeah, Jeff, yes.
Yeah, he was in my class as well. This one came, I think, in A-level when I was in Form 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got a technical and another technical, and he had to
Eject him.
they ejected him. So things were flipping, and he was one of our best shooters.
Yeah.
And I remember it was either Sandy or Lumu. Yeah, so Jeff wanted to beat one of
Are
them.
you serious? So Jeff has been the same player ever since, the attitude and everything.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we lost at the finals, yeah.
It was a wake-up call. I mean, sometimes it's good to lose.
Yeah, and I also remember, at the East African Championship, I think it was Tom still, because at one point there was when Mande was coaching us.
After like finishing senior.
If he finished, he went, but he came back to coach us.
Yeah.
Mande was 2 classes ahead of me.
And he still came and coached you guys.
Yeah. So I'm confusing if it was Mande or Tom coaching us at that East African Championship when it was USI, something like that.
Yeah, USIU.
Yeah, we led them for over 30 points, and they came back in the fourth quarter and things just turned around. They were shooting threes. I think we celebrated so early.
Yeah, that was in Nairobi, yeah?
No, he at Kavoja still.
Kavoja.
I mentioned the coach because even the coach was celebrating with us before.
I mean, 30 points, any coach would do that in the finals.
Yeah, he was celebrating, so things turned out. So, yeah, that was the other loss we got from the other team.
How big was Sprite back then?
Sprite was big. School's basketball right now is not big.
Yeah.
School basketball then was like the league, yo. It was big. It was big. Everyone had a passion, would feel great playing Sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is when you met so many people from different schools.
Yeah.
You would not even think of tapping the girls or anything, but you would like Mike said, girls were also motivation.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, and they also became like our sisters. These are the people you've grown up with from S1, different tournaments. You keep meeting them over and over again. It feels so good when I go to watch the matches right now.
Yeah, and you find Olivia, Vicky.
And I find Olivia, I find Vicky, I find Momo, Maureen. I find like so many of them.
Yeah. So
basketball
like
was not just basketball, it was also a family thing. Because I remember, I think Succes was so connected to Jambogo.
Yeah, Warriors, yeah.
And so if you played Sprite, it would be a good thing.
Yeah.
It would be a big thing. Because from out of Sprite and other school tournaments, you'd get access to join other teams as well.
Yeah.
The league and all that.
Yeah.
You'd also get scholarships for university and all. Okay. I'm very sure most of the coaches you see now came from school basketball.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
The people who are doing sports analysis and shows you are from school basketball.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think we have come to the end of the first segment. For the viewers outside there, please stay tuned. Good vibes in the house with your boy Nick Nola. I'll see you later on.